Good morning, everybody, and welcome to a full day of Black Rocket eSports. We actually will have 4 live streams you'll be able to see today. You're going to have one right now here at 11 o'clock. There will be another one at 11:45. Then we'll take a break. We'll all have some lunch. We'll recharge, and we'll have 2 more this afternoon. We'll have one at 2:30 and then another at 3:30. So keep it tuned in here today. We've got a lot of action. A lot of SEMBLY. You're going to get to see a lot of high-level SEMBLY play today, and so I'm really excited about that. I do want to thank our sponsor, Simply PHP. If you ever need custom programming for your website, please use our sponsor, Simply PHP. Today what we have is we're going to be playing a SEMBLY tournament between Brookdale Community College and Ocean County Community College. We have 2 competitors. We have Ryan from Brookdale, and we have Liam from Ocean County. And we're going to get an opportunity here in just a moment to watch these 2 players go at it. And I'm really excited because both these players have been competing all week to hone their skills and get ready for this tournament, including playing against other people in their class and coming out on top there. So we really are, as always with these, we're looking at the best of the best. I also want to say that if you miss our action here, or you want to rewatch some of those videos, maybe improve your gameplay, step your game level up, you can actually go to youtube.com/brpclips. Right there, we're going to put highlight videos up. We've got strategy videos. We've got other cool videos. So head that way, subscribe to that channel. Obviously, you can catch all the action here at twitch.tv/BlackRocketLLC. And if you decide, hey, I want to be a part of SEMBLY, I want to get in there, I want to play, you can go to blackrocket.com/esports and get involved. The other thing I wanted to mention, I always kind of space on that one. The other thing you can do is every weekend we have a tournament. This weekend, same thing with SEMBLY. So SEMBLY, blackrocket.com/esports, click on SEMBLY, and then log in and play, and then whoever scores the highest points for the weekend actually can win some prizes, so that's pretty great. We're going to get started here in just a moment once we have both players logged in, and I'm really excited to see where we end up and who comes out on top. Short break that time, and we are in. The player up top, the blue drafter, that is Ryan from Brookdale. The bottom drafter is Liam, our red drafter from Ocean County. What we can see is both players have gone with this vacuum object that sucks the player in, and if they get sucked all the way in, they will get damaged. They both gone with the falling rock, walk under the, or crusher. Walk under it, you'll get crushed. We have Liam going with the robot enemy, walks back and forth if it runs into the player. Ooh, I like this combination here from Ryan. We have him using the fan object and the vacuum object, so he's going to be blowing players all kinds of directions, so that's really exciting to see. Both players have chosen the Toxic Knight level, so we're going to end up there. I like that level. It's got a lot of open space for players in order to get the gems, and as you can see, when players are going to be building their levels here, up in the top corners, the entire top of the screen is basically, each platform is gem, 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 gem. So there's good odds that throughout the game, a gem will appear up there. So that's a place the players definitely want to both build their way up to, but with objects that they know they can get around. Players in SEMBLY are given hammers if they need to defeat blow up an object if it's in the way. We see in the middle of our screen we have both players putting the crushers, so as players run along that middle path, they could get crushed, which is something they want to look out for. We also have these robot enemies kind of focusing on these gems in the lower left area, and those robot enemies are going to be patrolling back and forth, making those 2 gems particularly tricky to get. There's also some spikes hidden behind some toxic barrels, which is a classic move. We see that just about every week. We're going to see players trying to hide those spikes behind those barrels. Right now we can see that Liam, our Ocean County champ, has fully maxed out his building. He's built all the objects he's allowed to build. Ryan going with a much more conservative approach. He still had a lot of build energy he could use up here. Each player in SEMBLY is actually only given a limited number of objects they are allowed to place. Each one they place causes that meter you see on the top of your screen to rise. Once that's full, the player can no longer place any more objects. That's there both to make sure that players don't fill every grid spot on here with objects, so the levels are still playable. And we're going to get started here in just a few moments. We'll see where our players end up here. Alright, our players are the classic red and blue. We have Ryan here in the blue, grabbed by a robot enemy right away, and you can see Liam right here in the red. Liam has already grabbed a gem. The next gem is right up top above the two of them. You can see them reaching for it right up here. This spike behind this gave him a lot of trouble. I believe it looks like Liam had used a hammer to kind of get rid of that spike. Liam's... All the players still trying to get up there. Liam now closer to that gem. As we can see, the gem is, you know, right above these players, right under a crusher. Ooh, disappears right as he gets there. Bit of a bummer, bit of bad luck for Liam, but good news. You know, bad news for one player is good news for the other. So Ryan is thrilled that that one disappeared. Slow-mo. Throughout SEMBLY, players will find that there are events that will occur that will cause different things to happen. Black screens, shaking, things like that. That was a slow-mo example, which, you know, I find can actually be helpful at times. Let's see if we can find the gem right down here, actually, by this toxic barrel. We can see it right in there, with Liam looking like he's going to be and there it is. Yep, Liam grabs that gem. So now he is up 2 gems to none. While these players are looking for the 3rd gem, which is hidden over here in the far... Oh, well, now we're really not going to be able to see it. But it's hidden over in the far right corner of the level. Both players will be playing 3 matches here. And the highest total score is going to be the player that wins. Each gem in Gem Race is typically worth 500 points. That can change if you collect them very rapidly. But for the most part, that's what we're looking for. There we have those robots patrolling that gem that I was kind of talking about in that middle area. That gem, a bit of a lost cause. That's going to be really tough to get in there and get. And as we see, that round ends without that gem being collected. That puts Liam from Ocean County up 2 gems to none. So we'll get those players back in the game in a moment. What I'd like to do while we have a brief break is I'd like to talk about our YouTube page. I mentioned that briefly before. And if you go to youtube.com/brpclips, you will be brought to this page, which this is where we put up all of our exciting Black Rocket videos. The first thing you'll see is our Black Rocket eSports League video. That video will tell you, again, about a lot of the stuff that I tell you here when we're on stream and when we're talking. It's going to tell you about how to play the games, what games you can play, what you can win, things like that. So if you're interested, that's a great video to check out. Right below that, you'll see our eSports, our Battle Royale streams. That's a great playlist to check out if you are looking to up your game in our Battle Royale game. Today we're playing SEMBLY. Tomorrow on our streams, you'll actually get a chance to see a lot of the Battle Royale gameplay. If you're familiar with Fortnite or any Battle Royale game, you're really going to like that, and I recommend checking that out and tuning back in tomorrow for those streams. Below that, we have our SEMBLY streams. That's what you're watching right now. This is a great resource if you are, interested in playing SEMBLY, if you like SEMBLY, and also if you want to find that way to get that edge. These are players from all across the country who come in and we stream and we compete with, and so they have this opportunity to really to see what people are doing all over the place, and that's great. That'll be an opportunity for you to see more of what works. You don't have to just play with what you know and what happens in the single player mode. Below that, we have our Projects of the Week playlist. And these are really cool too. On a stream at some point, I kind of want to showcase one of these, because these are the projects that students have made outside of our esports related classes. These are, our creative classes where we're building games and things like that. It gives us a great opportunity to see the kind of really cool creative stuff you can make if you take a Black Rocket course. Below that, we have another series of, right now it's one video about how to beat the final boss of Mario Maker, but keep an eye on this playlist, okay? We're going to start putting up a lot of really cool stuff about both Black Rocket stuff, stuff outside of Black Rocket games, so that's a cool playlist to keep an eye on as well. I'm going to jump back across to our the game and get it ready so we can get back in and play, and we'll be back in just one moment. And we're back, ready to go into this drafting phase. What I think we'll see here is player one, Ryan. He's going to pick those items he's really strong with this time. He's 2 gems behind, and that's certainly not out of it at all. Obviously, last time we only saw 2 gems collected. So we're going to see him really try to choose items that he's really great with. He's going with the robot enemy, the spikes, the boxes, and the vacuum again. And then, ooh, I love this one. We get the launcher. The launcher is probably one of my favorite ones just because it doesn't hurt the player in any way. It's just a really cool movement tool. And most things in SEMBLY eliminate the player, whereas the launcher is just, it's a fun way to get around. We will either be going to Rat Maze or Toxic Knight, one of those 2 levels. Toxic Knight being the one we just saw, Rat Maze being a popular one that we see a lot. Toxic Knight is where we end up. So, same general thought process for these players from last time. You know, what, where are we going to build, where are we going to go? Gems up top. We see that the moving block has been attached right over here with spikes onto it, which is a really fun use of that. So that's going to be moving kind of up and down for those players. As you can see, the arrows there kind of indicate the direction that block's going to be moving up and down, kind of like a Mario Thwomp, damaging players who run near it. We got 2 robots, one from each player, surrounding this gem, along with an invisible block that disappears over time. It'll change its transparency, and if it's not there, you can fall through it. 2 robots guarding the gem over here in the middle. What do we have going on up top? Another crusher in the corner one. Some disappearing blocks. That's kind of cool. I like that. Give Ryan an opportunity to get up to those gems. We have another spot, hidden gems behind those foreground objects. That's something to always keep an eye on. A block blocking the vacuum here is actually really interesting. I actually don't know how that interaction will work. I believe that the block will stop the player from being eliminated if it's available, but I can't say that for certain. So that'll be interesting to see if we get to see that interaction in play. I'm really excited for that. This time we have Ryan building a lot more. Last time he kept it very sparse. Maybe he's thinking that didn't work out for him last time. He's going to try to build a little bit more. Liam continuing to play pretty forthright, pretty defensive here. Which makes sense. He's up. He doesn't really need to. If both players go 0 the rest of the way, Liam comes out on top. So it's really on Ryan here to get to the next level here. All right, and let's see where we find our players jumping out of here, finding our first. Both of them getting pushed back by that launcher almost immediately. So this gem down here in the bottom right corner. Is about as far away as a gem can get for these 2 players. As we can see, both of them are actually bouncing around right here. Ooh, that was fun. The vacuum moved into our blue player, now twice, sucking him right into it. That's super tough for Ryan to be able to gauge where that's going to be because it's moving, and when you're zoomed in SEMBLY, it isn't always clear if he can actually see when that's moving on him. So that's tripping him up right now. Slow-mo might help. He might be able to get past it now. We'll see if our gem is still over in that corner. Nope, gem's moved. Our gem is now up in the top center right, I guess. Kind of a tough spot to describe. We'll keep an eye on and see which one of these players is getting close. Liam getting there, but getting tripped up by those spikes on that barrel. There, perfect. Great example of the launcher. And Liam really reacting quick. Both players reacting quick, getting a good launch. Liam just getting a slightly better one. See where our next gem is. Down where the first one was, kind of in that bottom right corner. We have Liam getting real close. Ooh, rotate. Oh, I can't help but feel like that rotate threw Liam off. He was real close to that gem, and as soon as the rotate happened, he slid a little too far, ended up on a spike. Tough break for Liam, but once again, bad news for one player, good news for another. Gives Ryan that opportunity to get those gems that he's looking for. This one's up top. We're going to keep an eye on Ryan right now. He's the one who needs this gem. unlucky. Launches himself with that launcher. Now, he couldn't see where that spike block was. He had no way of knowing. Got a little unlucky with the launch right into it. Liam, same idea. And it looks like we're going to finish this round with Liam grabbing 1 gem. So that puts Liam up 3 gems, 3 gems on Ryan. So that means that Ryan still can win. If Ryan pulls all 4 gems in the next round, it's his game to take. So that's what he needs to see. What Liam needs going into the next one is he's going to need 2 gems to lock this game up. So that's what he's going to be aiming for. So we'll see what their strategies are when they come in to develop it. Once again, I'd like to give a special thanks to our sponsor, Simply PHP, for being a part of our streams and making it possible for us to do these and put these on for these kids. If you ever need that custom programming for your websites, please visit Simply PHP. We're going to be back in just a moment when the 2 players are ready.